Toward the end of Season 1, ruthless litigator Patty Hughes, Glenn Close, is approached by her protégé, young lawyer Ellen Parsons Rose Byrne, for a tense interaction. Ellen has taken the initiative to talk to an informant without asking permission from her boss. It doesn't go over well. "You have jeopardized the only serious lead we still have," Patty says, grinding her teeth. "How could you be so stupid?" It's a deliciously curt outburst that is done to intimidate, but this comes far enough in Season 1 that Ellen stands her ground. "I'm so sick of your bullshit," she replies. Patty fires her on the spot, but their toxic relationship is the crux of Damages, and this isn't goodbye for them. In the FX thriller series, Close is formidable as a woman who desires to win her cases by any means necessary, and not for the greater good. It doesn't take long for Patty Hughes to pull Ellen into her corrupt orbit, and 5 seasons are centered on their dangerous rivalry. Due to the high stakes of Damages, many moments could be a point of no return for these women, but the Season 1 finale is the show's most explosive, like a bloodstained gavel slamming down. What is Season 1 of Damages about? Damages' first season puts into place a formula that the following installments would continue to use. A flash-forward depicts 2 timelines, the past and present, for viewers. As the episodes go on, the timelines get closer until the finale answers the mysteries. In the present, Ellen is shown to have survived an attack on her life and is subsequently accused of murdering her fiancé David, Noah Bean. Jumping back 6 months, viewers see how this house of cards is built and what sends it tumbling down. The catalyst is in the pilot episode, Get Me a Lawyer, when Ellen is a law school graduate who joins the prestigious law firm, Hughes and Associates. But the main relationship between mentor and protégé gets off to an unusual start. Ellen rejects the job interview, choosing to go to her sister's wedding, held on the same day. This catches Patty's eye, so much so that she arrives at the wedding to meet Ellen. The moment shines a light on what makes them different. A career is what Patty's life revolves around, while Ellen knows how to step away. Blondie's Heart of Glass plays as Ellen is hired on the spot, with the scene ending with lyrics that foreshadow what's to come. Mucho mistrust, love's gone behind. By working at Hughes and Associates, Ellen turns down a job offer at the law firm run by Hollis Nye, Philip Bosco, a kind, older man who anticipates the doom that is to come for the intelligent and promising graduate. He writes a note for her to keep. "I was warned." Hollis means well. He's just powerless to stop anything. Patty Hughes is an esteemed figure, after all. Season 1's litigation case has her going after disgraced billionaire Arthur Frobisher, Ted Danson. Also introduced is Patty's right-hand man, Tom, Tate Donovan, who can be easily manipulated to do her bidding, but Ellen is in the dark about how she's being used. Patty hired her due to needing David's sister as a witness in the Frobisher case, and the pilot ends with a chilling revelation. Patty orders a hit on the woman's dog to scare her into seeking protection at Hughes and Associates. In the following episodes, Ellen starts to grasp the unethical, dirty games that Patty will play and joins in. A major death sends Damages into the Season 1 finale. The poor dog won't be the last act of violence. A key witness to the case is silenced in a hit-and-run by assailants on Frobisher's side. After Ellen finally gets herself fired, after her "sick of your bullshit" line, the 2 women are intertwined by this point. At a crucial point, Ellen gains blackmail info on the opposing attorney, Ray Fisk, Jelko Ivanek, which could be what helps win the case. "We attorneys survive," Patty tells Ray. "It's the clients that come and go." On a show like this, her statement holds a darker meaning. Not long after, the blackmail ultimately leads to Ray dying by suicide in front of Patty while the 2 are alone at her office. This could be the point of no return if it weren't for the later consequences. Patty must rely on Ellen to hide the blackmailing evidence from the police that will soon fill Hughes and Associates. They need to close ranks and cover their tracks. "Can I trust you?" Patty asks. Ellen assures her she can. As the police investigation settles down, they meet again to discuss what happened, and this is where Ellen opens up about how she regrets what they did. Glenn Close's performance is subtle but transparent enough to let viewers see the moment Patty can't trust Ellen. Then, the dynamic that was established since the pilot gets switched. Rose Byrne matches Glenn Close's intensity and Damages. By the time the Season 1 finale arrives, the flash-forward device sees Ellen staying overnight at Patty's apartment, while the latter has traveled to a lake house to distance herself from the guilt of Ray's suicide. Someone attacks Ellen there, and it's hard not to wonder if Patty had a hand in it. When David's murder happens by assailants on Frobisher's side, Ellen is wrongfully charged for it, growing stronger in response to all she has gone through. She holds a valuable piece of evidence that Patty needs to beat Frobisher, forcing her ex-boss to clear her of the murder charges to get access to the evidence. In the Season 1 finale, Because I Know Patty, the tide begins to irreversibly change. Hughes and Associates wins their case, and the women seem to reconcile at Patty's lake house, where the placid water around them represents a calm before the storm. Viewers then learn two major revelations. Damages confirms Patty did try to have Ellen murdered, fearing she would go to the police over Ray's death. She feels tremendous guilt over the murder attempt due to how much she has come to care for Ellen, whom she seems to view as a surrogate daughter to the one she lost from a miscarriage decades ago. Never mind that Patty has a son, their relationship is estranged, with no healing in sight. Patty happily wants Ellen back at Hughes and Associates for a double agenda that will have her be Ellen's mentor and keep a close eye on her. While Patty can push the guilt down until she almost forgets the blood on her hands, the finale isn't finished yet. Ellen proves herself to be a powerful player during this first season. Rose Byrne no longer gives a doe-eyed portrayal like in the pilot. She has become calculating and angrier. Glenn Close can smile in a waning attempt at sincerity, but Byrne will return it. A decision is made. Ellen will come back to work for Patty with an ulterior motive. She will be helping the FBI build a case against her boss. When the agents wonder what proof she has of the murder attempt, Ellen is blunt in her response, giving the episode its title, Because I Know Patty. In the following seasons, legal fights may come and go, but the intense dynamic between its leading women is what made Damages can't miss television. Ellen and Patty never part ways for long on Damages. Hollis Nye's note of warning is seen in the final season, where Ellen must realize the tug-of-war with Patty will threaten to go on indefinitely unless she finds a way out. David's murder haunts her, just as the death of Ray Fisk and, to a greater extent, the failed attempt on Ellen's life haunts Patty. In a Season 5 dream sequence, Patty berates her grandchild for sitting on her office chair, what could otherwise be known as the throne of Hughes and Associates. Her grandchild suddenly changes into a bloodied Ellen, disclosing that the guilt is buried deep, but it's still there. The past is never forgotten in Damages, further complicating the storytelling when old plot threads emerge. However, the Season 1 finale is where the battle lines are drawn, all because of Patty's corrupt ways paired with Ellen's determination not to go down without a fight. Damages is streaming on Hulu.